Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So my apologies if my voice sounds a little janky today. Your boy Rev is a little under the weather, but that's not gonna stop me because I'm fueled by cold medicine and pure hate today. So we have to make another video talking about this Sniperwolf situation. This is now my third video talking about her in the past week. I'm getting into some dangerous territory. She might actually end up doxing me too, who knows? But we have finally gotten YouTube's first response to this situation. Yesterday, YouTube announced that they are punishing Sniperwolf. Now, it's a goofy, goober, weenie Hut Jr. level of a punishment, but nonetheless, we got something to talk about today, including Sniperwolf's apology that followed the punishment from YouTube, and it is an absolute mess. It is a true ChatGPT level of communication here. She doesn't even spell Jacksfilms' name correctly in it. But before we look into that, let's remind ourselves how we got here. So recently, the YouTuber Sniperwolf doxed Jacksfilms on her Instagram account with nearly 6 million followers, where she posted a photo of his home and his address with a caption taunting him to come outside and confront her. Now, this was quickly deleted, but Jacksfilms would make this tweet covering the situation because the only reason she did this act of doxing, which by the way violates both the YouTube policy and California Penal Code, she did this because Jacksfilms makes videos critical of Sniperwolf's reaction content. And immediately people like Jacksfilms were calling for YouTube to punish Sniperwolf for these actions and even going as far as saying she needs to be removed from YouTube entirely. Well, while YouTube remained silent for the last week or so, many people started looking through Sniperwolf's old content and finding some disturbing things. For example, this tweet points out an older video from Sniperwolf when she was 24 years old, where she was enticing some very young individuals into twerking on cam for her in exchange for Sniperwolf flashing them. Now, she would not flash them, but the young-looking individuals in this video would twerk for her on camera in a video that she uploaded to YouTube, which of course, after it was pointed out a few days ago, she would remove this video. And only 2 days ago, this is something I covered in this tweet, another disturbing video from Sniperwolf's archive of videos came up. This time, again, a video from 2016 where a then 24-year-old Sniperwolf pretended to be a 15-year-old and in a conversation with someone who was allegedly 16, as you can see in the chat here, Sniperwolf manipulated her into flashing the camera. This was something that she uploaded onto YouTube in a fully monetized video where there was minimal censorship of this reportedly 16-year-old who was flashing the camera. Now, I can already hear the legion, the vanguard of Sniperwolf simps coming for me. There was a lot of excuses they were making saying, well, we don't know if she was actually 16 and we don't know if this was pre-recorded footage or what. Well, guess what? I don't really care because at the end of the day, Sniperwolf's intent was to convey to the audience that this girl was 16 years old and she was flashing the camera. That was the intent of the video and the clip. And most disturbingly, the most played portion of the video is where this person is flashing the camera. Another absolutely terrible look, and it left many saying, wow, is YouTube going to do anything? And it was made worse by the fact that over the past couple of days, YouTube has buried its head in the sand and kept tweeting like nothing is happening, including this absolute dumpster fire of a tweet where I would reply saying this is probably a scheduled tweet, but this is a horrible look, because they would make this tweet saying, would it be too meta to do a reaction video to a reaction video? Which of course seems like a pretty obvious reference to Sniperwolf, whose entire archive of content is reaction content. And of course, they would get hit with a community note here like they would on pretty much everything they've tweeted over the past week. But nonetheless, yesterday we got our first official response from YouTube on this situation. Let me just read their tweet. It says, confirming Sniperwolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies, off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk, harm our community, and the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Hoping everyone helps move this conversation to a better place. And of course, one thing that is glaring is that, yes, they addressed the doxing situation, but as pointed out in the community note, they did not address the sexualization what appeared to be minors in multiple videos on SSSniperwolf's YouTube channel. But nonetheless, what is the takeaway of this message? Well, basically, to me, if we're excluding favoritism, because YouTube would never exercise favoritism when it comes to applying their rules, they're basically saying doxing someone, posting their home, and basically saying that you want to meet up with them outside and making vague threats like that will only result in a temporary suspension from the monetization program, basically meaning you'll take a few weeks off from making ad revenue. That is what they're saying with these words. That is a crazy standard, and we know that there's no way if someone like, let's say, Jacksfilms, for example, were to dox one of his critics, would he get a temporary suspension from the monetization program? No, he'd be banned, just like anyone else. But SSniperwolf is a favorite in this situation, and it's pretty evident. But a lot of people point out the language here. So this whole idea of the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Basically saying both parties, Jacksfilms and SSniperwolf, are both at harm in this situation and are comparable in their harm. And this was something tweeted by Philly D here saying, "Y'all, the more I sit with this, the more it pisses me off. How the F are they both sides equating SSniperwolf putting another creator's life in danger by showing up in the middle of the night and broadcasting the outside of their home to millions of their followers, with Jack posting a bunch of videos critiquing and parroting her?" Yeah, there's absolutely no comparison here. We're comparing an act of doxing and vague threats to videos that are critical of SSniperwolf's lazy reaction content. And here's an easy chart to just show you everything we're comparing in terms of both sides being wrong here. So SSniperwolf, we all know, makes non-transformative reaction content where in some cases, or really most cases, she provides zero credit to the content she is reacting to. And she also sometimes forgets to record her reaction. Yes, this is a real thing, by the way. There's been many cases where SSniperwolf, in filming her reaction videos, forgets to react to the videos. She'll just play a clip and not actually react at all and upload that onto YouTube. Going through here, history of uploading sketchy videos. Yes, many of which we have seen raised up over the past week. And she is, of course, covering her tracks and taking those videos down. And again, YouTube said absolutely nothing about those videos that were, again, fully monetized. And no self-awareness whatsoever, of course. Went to Jack's house and posted it on her Instagram after he criticized her, told her fans they could find his address on Google, and that she made a joke about going to his house in another Instagram post that we'll look at later in this video. All of that comparing to Jacksfilms, who criticized and parodied SSniperwolf's content. Yes, YouTube, those are very comparable actions and both not wanted on your platform. But nonetheless, I've seen a lot of people talking about this removal of SSniperwolf, the temporary removal of SSniperwolf from the monetization program. Now, I saw this yesterday. I don't know if this is misinformation or something that was cleared up by YouTube, but a lot of people supported this tweet where this user claimed that the only portion of her channel that was demonetized was her most recent video, and other videos on her channel were monetized with ads, which either was a mistake or something that YouTube has remedied. Because right now, if you go to her channel, I looked at like a dozen videos, none of them were monetized. I checked on multiple browsers. None of her videos on her main channel are monetized. So it begs the question of whether this was misinformation or YouTube made a mistake and left her, basically all of her videos, but her most recent one, still monetized after this decision. We don't really know. I haven't really seen anyone who can prove one or the other, but this was a big tweet, so I wanted to address it. But SSniperwolf is not completely out of the mix. She still has other channels that are monetized. This was something pointed out by Nerd City. He said SSniperwolf and Evan's flagship bot farm was suspended, but her new side hustle still remains in good standing with the partner program. Now, as of about 2 o'clock EST on the 21st of October of, when I'm recording this video, here is SSniperwolf's main channel. And you can see, check out my other channels. And right here you have a channel called SSniperwolf Top Videos with 400K subscribers. You go to that channel, you have all these videos, and she is uploading on a near daily basis on this channel, which, by the way, is a compilation of her reaction videos. It is basically copying and pasting existing reaction videos on her main channel onto this channel. It is literally like multiple layers of reused content here. But nonetheless, I went through multiple videos on here, and they are, to probably nobody's surprise, fully monetized. So she is still making substantial money. You can see the views on these videos, some of them getting almost 300K right here. She's making very good money on this side hustle where she's just re-uploading compilations of her previously recorded reaction videos that can be found on her main channel. So she's not completely out, and I would expect to see a lot of videos on this channel while she is temporarily suspended from the monetization program. But nonetheless, we have gotten to the finale here. This is SSSniperwolf's official apology. This was something she posted minutes after the official word from YouTube came out, and it's very obvious that they probably told her to make this apology tweet. She's very close with YouTube. She is a featured creator on this platform, and I think they straight up said, you need to make an apology. And it is a terrible one. Okay, it looks like it was made by ChatGPT. Okay, let's just read a portion of it. Let me start by saying, I'm sorry for my recent actions. It is inexcusable. I'm sorry to Jacksfilms. In her apology, she doesn't even get the name of the person she's apologizing to correct. She spelled his name wrong. Like, she can get his address correct, but she can't get his YouTube channel's name correct. That is insane. It shows the sincerity of her apology here. But going on, she says, Jacksfilms, spelling his name wrong again, while we certainly don't see eye to eye and have our differences, I am sorry for reacting the way I did when I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults and professionals resolve conflict by communicating directly, respectfully, and privately, not for views or content, but a meaningful example of how conflict should be resolved. Here's the thing. Okay, so she mentions that she reacted poorly to the situation. SSniperwolf, you've been reacting poorly for a living for many years now. That is your entire channel, is providing bad reactions to things, okay? Let's not let that slip through the cracks. But you can see this whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. And saying how she's sorry, you see sorry many times. You know what? She's only sorry because she got punished, okay? I can remember, as pointed out in the community note here, only about 2 days ago, she posted this onto her Instagram saying, we show up to your house, what you do, with a picture of SSniperwolf and her sister, who was also mocking the situation for days on end. So clearly she wasn't sorry about 2 days ago when she was mocking the situation, but apparently now she happens to be so apologetic that just so happens to take place after she was removed from the monetization program. But nonetheless, this is the current status of the SSniperwolf situation. A lot of people, including myself, are not satisfied with this end, because taking her out of the program is a very Weenie Hut Jr. level of a punishment, okay? She'll be just fine. She has her side channel. She has other hustles she makes money from. She's basically going to take this as a vacation for her main channel, and I wouldn't imagine she's going to be out of the program for really more than a few weeks, okay? They saw a situation, YouTube, where SSniperwolf broke not only very clear YouTube policies, but also California Penal Code, and they didn't give her an actual community guideline strike or anything tangible on her channel. Instead, they just took away her monetization for a bit. It's a very poor excuse of a punishment, and I really hope people keep pumping the gas on this situation and don't let YouTube get away with this, and also don't let them get away with the fact that they never addressed the content from her past where she was making some very suspicious and alarming content involving what appears to be minors. But nonetheless, that's going to do it for this video. Please share all of your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.